Okay, what's up, guys? This is Marc Augustine, and again, these videos are brought to you by the Dropship Mastery Class and Ecom Sniper. What the Dropship Mastery Class is, it's a full eBay dropshipping course that takes you from beginning to end, showing you how to get accounts that have a $1 million limit, product research, fulfilling orders and everything. And it comes with 1 month of ecom now, our new ecom sniper software at $9.97. So you basically get 50% off just by using the coupon code FIRST100. So I urge you to check the link in the description and go check that out. Okay, let's get into the video. So my name is Marc Augustine. I've been drop shipping on multiple platforms for over 10 years. And here we have Sammy. Sammy, you want to introduce yourself really quickly?
Yeah, hi, my name is Sammy. I've been drop shipping on eBay for the last 6 years, and as always, just happy to be here, man.
All right, so what are we doing today? We are continuing for our video yesterday. Yesterday we started the product research process. We got a number of items in the product hunter, and we didn't follow through. We are yet to actually list those items in our account. So Sammy, you wanna take it over from here?
Yeah. So absolutely, just like you said, like yesterday we went ahead and then if everybody watching, what we did just as a short recap, we sniped a couple of sellers on eBay. We grabbed all their titles, we put it inside of our product hunter, and guys, for anybody who doesn't know what the product hunter is, if you guys can go navigate to Ecom Sniper, we're gonna have a tutorial section on how the product hunter and everything works. Just so anybody who's just jumping into the series, you can either backtrack a few episodes or you can just visit the website, and all the software is explained in detail over there. Yeah. So what we did is we put a bunch of items inside the product hunter, and we got 1,829 results, right? So these are all the items that we have, and right over here we have our watermark ready, we have our percentage, we're raising the price by 80%, and today we're just gonna go ahead and just export it all, copy all the links, and we're gonna just throw it inside the product hunter. I press Control V, I
The
click
bulk
add, you're
lister,
gonna
you mean?
yeah, sorry. The bulk lister, right.
Yeah.
So, by the way, you access the bulk lister from over here, right? It says open bulk lister, and you can see it over here. So, as you can see, we have 1,829 results. And if I press list on eBay, it's gonna go through it one by one and start listing all of these items onto our eBay account. And over here, you have your filters, minimum price, maximum price, and FBA only. So the minimum price, just a filter, you know what I mean? Like if the price is below $0, or like let's say if it's $10, it's not gonna list it. But if it's above $150, it's not gonna list it either. So you have some protection over here because like let's say you have like a $750,000 limit. What's gonna happen is what if you list like 750 items that are $1,000 each? Your limits are gonna get destroyed right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to avoid.
Exactly. We're trying to maximize our limits. Like for example, like we had one guy previously, like he didn't know what he was doing, right? And so what happened was because he had a high limit, right? Where's it right over here? And because he had like a $1 million limit, he had like two items, and he put a quantity amount of 1,000. Remember Mitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he did. So what ended up happening, his limits got like finished right away. So what Ecom Sniper does is it lists the items, but it only puts one quantity for each item. So that way you're able to list a whole bunch of items over here, right? And you're still staying below their dollar amount that eBay has given you. Okay, so let's go ahead, and this position over here, like what it does is just tells you the position that you're at from the lister. So if you ever pause it, you can resume it. Thread count, what this means is how many simultaneous listing sessions, windows, or tabs are going to be open at the same time. So for example, if I put the number 5, it's going to open 5 tabs and then list from those 5 tabs. So I'm just gonna put it 3, The reason why I'm putting 3 is because I don't want to post 2,000 items in like 24 hours. What I want to do is I want to post 2,000 items, and if I put three simultaneous tabs, it's gonna maybe take like 5 days to list these 1,800 items. You get what I mean, Mark?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you're able to control the speed of the listing by how many simultaneous connection. If you really want to list them slowly, just put one thread and let it run for the next like
You know, the
three,
one,
four,
one
five
thing
days.
I think we need to add is
Yeah.
like a upper limit, like to make it list only 100 items a day. Or you
Mm,
understand? So when the position gets to 100, it stops.
right, right. No, it's a great idea. A great idea. For anybody watching, until we add that feature, you can just break up your list by yourself.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like 18 parts and just list that and then come back the next day or whatever. But it's a great idea.
Because with this account, we're not trying to list 1,000 a day.
Right, right, exactly. Like one of the things that I thought about, let's run this. Let's run this for now. Let's put 3 for now, and then let's and then let's just take a look at what's happening. Yeah, you can see that it's gonna go through the items one by one. Right, it's gonna go ahead and like generate a title automatically. Right, generate the pictures, and then it's gonna start listing the items onto the account. So one of the reasons why this was designed in this way is because one of the algorithm, right? It looks for, are you listing items every single day? Are you having activity? So if you put it in a list of like 10,000 items, and then you put one thread, it's gonna list continuously for the next 20 days, right? So your account has activity nonstop. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and these listings they're not incredibly fast because they're using AI. Like you can see like pool skimmer net, it became efficient pool skimmer net. Telescopic, like it became a beautiful title, man. Let's see what else we got here. Plush foam headrest pillow, luxurious comfort and support. It's a great title, much better than the original one.
Yeah, like
Uh,
10 times better.
Way better, yeah. Like the word plush is actually a luxurious word. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
almost like when somebody sees the word plush, they automatically assume that this is luxury. And so that's what Ecom Sniper does. Again, we get plush padded. So there we go. I guess we're seeing the word plush again because of like it's just trying to justify the price because over here the price on eBay is $13.98 and we're selling for $24.99. I think it's gonna sell. I think it'll
Well, we'll
definitely work.
see.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely work, man. All it is at this point is just pruning. Like we're just gonna list a whole bunch of items and then whatever's selling, keep them, and then what didn't sell, prune them, and then list more items and just keep continuing
And
from
keep
that.
going at that.
Right. So let's see if we have anything else on this account. Like it's a fairly brand new account, so we're not gonna have any like
Yeah, like
how
no
do I say
tasks, no offers.
exactly. Not yet. We will start picking them up as this, we only have 65 listings. What I want everyone to understand is begin to expect results at a minimum, I would say, of 10,000 listings. We saw
Really?
incredible, yeah,
I will say I will say 1,000 list. If we think about what we did on the previous account, once the account got to like 500 listings, there were sales.
for sure. Like I guess the mentality that I'm coming from is like, if you want to see like a real income coming in,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Like what I would say that do not like here's the thing, if we tell people that hey you can see results with 500 listings, they might become complacent and stop at there.
Right, right, right. I get it. I get it. I get
Right,
it.
exactly. So
Yeah,
what
because
I
a lot of people look for the minimum work they have to do to get results.
right, exactly. And like basically I spoke to someone recently just yesterday, and they said that they've been drop shipping on eBay for the last 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then within those 8 years, I said, "Wow, you've been doing it longer than me." Like, and then they're like, "Oh, but I wasn't successful." I'm like, "Okay, so why weren't you successful?" And they're like, "Oh, like it wasn't working out for me, and etc." And then I said, okay, so let me figure out what's going on, right? Like, how many accounts did you have? She said one. I'm like, okay, in that one account, how many listings did you have? You know how much she said? Take a guess.
What, 10?
100.
Jesus, in 8
I
years.
in 8 years, I was like, and she was telling me like I wasn't making much. I was making $30 a month, and I'm just like, wait a second, wait, you're making $30 a month, and you listed 100 items, and you're telling me like, why aren't you making money?
Yeah,
So this is why
why isn't she listing more? If she gets 30 with 100, why didn't she go to 1,000 to try to get $300 profit?
exactly. So the first thing that I spoke to her about was to start breaking that mentality where she had, you know what she said? She said that I was following a bunch of people. I was following Jack. I was following Paul. You know, I was following Sarwer or something like that. And then what happened was she basically was following so many people that I guess some confusion came about.
Yeah, so she is getting information from all these different sources and not taking action.
Right, exactly. So what I made sure to do, right, there's two things that you need to be successful in this business. Let me open up a whiteboard, see if that's possible here. Right, and like these two things that, you know, like if the once you understand these two things, that's all there is left to do from this point. Um, hold on, let me see what these apps are. Because I just got Zoom recently, right? They have a whole bunch of things here. Okay, whatever. So let me go ahead and see. Tell me if you're able to see like the annotations on the screen, yeah? I'm just gonna I'm gonna write something here.
Yeah,
Can you
I
see
see it.
this?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, this is I'm just gonna type it because I don't have any confidence in my drawing skills, right? So the two things that you need, right? Right, and everybody needs to kind of like just engrave this into their head. So the first thing that I told her, right? The first mentality that I had to break from her is to think that she's gonna be successful without scaling. So you need to scale. That's the first thing. And this is a cardinal rule for any business. If you are making money, you want to make money, every operation you have to scale it, no matter what business you're in, right? Mark, would you agree with
Yeah,
me?
I agree with that. Every business needs to grow. You can't leave it in at the same place.
Right, exactly. So, and then when I was talking to her about scaling it, right, she told me that like the problem she had, right, she said her, oh, you know what, eBay sent me a message, and then I was scared my account was gonna get suspended, right? And I said to her, right, eBay will suspend you. I can guarantee you if you're like
Yeah,
just go into this business with the mentality that you're gonna get suspended and prepare for that. Don't
right,
be scared about getting suspended, right?
right.
Embrace the suspension, you know, like change your last name to eBay suspension. Whatever the case. Like, you know, like come on, let's be real here. Like Mark, you know a bunch of guys that are successful on eBay,
Yeah,
Amazon, like
you do get suspended.
you do get suspended. Everybody who's successful with these platforms, right? They have a whole bunch of accounts. There's no way around it. We teach you on the very first chapter of the course of dropship mastery. The first chapter gives you the resources to go ahead and make multiple accounts, to prepare for these suspensions, to scale your business. So that's the first thing.
Yeah.
And so I told her eBay will suspend you, and then she's like, okay, you know what? But you know what? Amazon suspends me, right? So I'm like, I'm scared of that. I'm like, I said the same thing. Amazon will
It's
suspend your
going
buyer
to,
accounts,
yeah.
right? Prepare for that. We have solutions for that already. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
but
Like,
a lot of people, what I'm noticing is a lot of people that are not entrepreneurs. A lot of people just want to sit by and just hope.
right, exactly. I think something similar. Okay, to be fair, you know, like with a lady, I don't expect too much from her because she told me her background. Like, she's a very sweet lady, right? She
Hmm.
said that, you know, like my husband recently passed away, And like right now, I'm actually in Trinidad, and we're gonna get on a call with her later on, so she can kind of tell us more of her story, right? But yeah, so yeah, like what would end up happening is if she told me that Amazon suspended her buyer accounts back in the day, right? And then I told her that, and then she said that, you know what, but last year, I made another buyer account, and I just was very careful, and I make sure it's not getting suspended. I'm like, what? No, like you cannot like this, like you cannot go into this with this mentality. I have literally 100 Amazon accounts. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
get suspended, I make more. This is like the process that you have to go about it. We have techniques. We have like a whole video series of like how to make the eBay accounts, how to make the Amazon accounts, right? And then you just have to go ahead and recreate the systems. So there you go. So the biggest benefit that you have in this business is you're coming into this with dropship mastery. And when the reason I say that is because a lot of the problems that you're going to be facing, we already have a detailed system, a blueprint that goes ahead and helps you solve those problems. If you remember this, you can be successful in any business
Yeah.
as long as you figure out how to scale it. What we're offering to you guys is we're giving you the solution to scale. What you do with that solution is in your hands, right?
Yeah, but a lot of
But
people don't have the confidence. A lot of people don't have the confidence to just
yeah, for
jump on
sure.
it and keep it going.
For sure, like, and you know what, that's actually the second thing I talked, that's, you know what, funny you mentioned that. That was literally the second thing I talked to her, that like the two things that she needed to be successful. And the second one was accountability. This was a big one,
Yeah.
right? Because the first thing, that I spoke to her is like I needed to break her mentality about scaling, right? So because she only posted 100 items, right? So what happened was she wasn't like scale, like she didn't have that mindset where she needed to make accounts constantly and keep posting items constantly. She thought that I list 100 items and things are gonna work out for me. That
Right.
was she was.
Right.
So I spent like 20-30 minutes breaking that mentality, right? And then the second thing that I told her is you need accountability, right? This is the most important thing, right? For any business, for any entrepreneur, right? Like, Marc, can you speak about your experiences? You've been doing this a lot longer than I have. So I think you're in a great position to know that when you're running a business, there is nobody here that's going to be holding your hand if you're doing it
Yeah,
alone.
except for yourself. Like if you do it running a business alone, you have to be able to hold yourself accountable. You have to be able to get up every day, get to work, execute on what you have to execute on. If it doesn't work, try again. If it doesn't work, try again. And I say that hopefully she's watching this video, because if you've been drop shipping on eBay or playing around with eBay for 8 years and you only see like $30 in
A month.
$30 a month in sales or in profit, that should, first of all, that should be enough to motivate you to continue going. That should be enough to let you know you have something, a little piece of the puzzle to
Right.
generate sales. And
Right.
then you have to be able to hold yourself accountable to continue going.
Exactly.
Unless you join one of these mastermind groups. I mean, what we've encouraged our guys on Telegram is to share their sales, share what they're doing. So it's kind of a group accountability.
Right.
But generally speaking, if you want to run your own business, you need to be able to hold yourself accountable.
Right. Exactly. Right. And one of the things that we offer in the ultimate package is that accountability. We do follow-up calls. We make sure that you always have somebody like on your case. You know what I mean? Like we
Yeah,
make
because you don't have a choice. If you don't, if some people, I don't know how to explain. I mean, I did it. You and I did it without a specific group
No,
of
that's
people
not true.
who.
I didn't do it alone. I did it with when I started, I
Mhm.
actually started it with a friend. He fell off. He didn't
Ah,
fall off. He didn't fall off. He's actually my account manager for my what is it called? My eBay marketing agency.
right.
But he doesn't do drop shipping anymore. However, My siblings, my two sisters,
Mm-hmm.
they started doing it with me.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
Not
so
in
you
the very
had,
beginning, but the not in the very beginning, but the moment they saw I started making money, they're like, "Oh, put me on." And I
okay.
literally did the entire thing for them. You know what I mean? I showed them
Yeah,
everything, but it was just so motivational just to have another human being to talk to about these things.
right.
You know what I mean? Like to
So guys, if you're
celebrate.
watching this, you guys should join the group on Telegram. I'll put a
Exactly.
link to the group on Telegram because it's helpful to have that group of people to talk about what's happening, to talk about the ups and downs, get continuous feedback.
Exactly. And you know what, guys? Like start and like what I told her was like, hey, you have a sister, you have a brother, you have a son. Start this journey with them, right?
Yeah,
Like, do these businesses like with other people. What I would say is do not share profits. Everyone make their own accounts, right?
right.
That way you're not ever like running into those type of like money problems. But that's what I did. Everybody had their own accounts, and then we always had a conversation to talk about. I remember at one time, during Eats, what happened was I had my phone, and you know that eBay sound when you get a sale, that cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah.
I I had it in my living room, and then everyone had it all day long. It was just cha-ching, cha-ching, and then it was just like the most. It was such a fun eat because like we're just thinking like, hey, we're making so much money, and while we're eating, it's just celebrating.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean? That was such a fun memory I had. I turned it off a long time ago.
yeah.
After a while, you just like
After a while, when you get used to it, it's just like, okay.
you're just like you expect it at that point.
Yeah.
Like if you like, you know what I mean. At this point, if I don't get sales, I'm like, you. I think a sign of success is almost like when you're like disappointed you're not getting enough sales. Like I think you saw the Telegram chat. Some people are like, oh, you know what, the sales are
Yeah, sales
dropping
are
off,
slowing down. Yeah.
slowing down. So it's like they've gotten used to it. They've gotten used to success.
Yeah, I think it was
That's
Rory saying that
Rory, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But it's good, like if a newbie comes into it, sees his account, they're gonna be like, sales are slow. What do you mean? This I'm making money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting, man. Like making a couple bucks online, like yeah, it's like I think it really like I think eBay drop shipping really like shows you the possibility of what can happen on the online sphere.
Yeah, without having to invest, like without having to take too much risk.
Right, exactly. Okay, and then so yeah, just to kind of like recap all these things, you got to scale and you got to have accountability. And the forms of accountability that I would recommend would be it's either you join our Telegram chat, make some friends over here, or do if you want to do what I did, like start it with your family and start it with your friends. Trust me, there is enough money to go around. You know what I mean? There's not gonna be like eBay dropshipping is already a niche. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
the proof is the views you get on your videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like yeah, don't worry. Like there's no like yeah, saturation is a thing, but we're gonna be fine.
Yeah, there's not the size of eBay. We keep saying eBay has 180 million buyers, and you could
Right,
quickly go on the eBay platform and find other people drop shipping successfully. So there's no reason that you shouldn't be able to drop ship successfully. There's no reason we shouldn't be able to drop ship successfully.
right, and also Mark, like for regarding accountability, um, what did you do to keep yourself accountable?
I started it differently. I mean, I started by myself.
Hmm.
So, and I brought on people to kind of join my team. Accountability. I mean, I had certain plans and kind of go. I set goals. I set weekly and monthly goals, and with respect to how many listings I want to make every week. Um,
That
and
works
that's
really well.
and that's how I set. That's how I was accountable. I set specific countable goals. You don't want to put random goals like you want to set when setting goals. You want to set realistic goals. You don't want to set goals that are just like frivolous or goals that cannot be accomplished. You know what I
Right,
mean?
exactly.
So
Right.
me personally, I set realistic goals. I actually wrote them down. and I try to hit those goals.
Right, right. And one thing that I did tell the lady, just to, I remember back about the goals, right? Because some of the goals that we have on a daily basis is like, okay, we got to list 1,000 items every day, etc. Right?
Mhm.
You're watching us list these like 2,000 items live, and yeah, it only took like a couple minutes, maybe like within 2 days, you spend a couple minutes, right?
Right.
However, guess what? I do 0 minutes of that on my accounts. I have
But wait,
employees.
that's now. When I was listing manually, I was listing 20 items a day. Like
Right.
a day, and like manually going through finding other drop shippers, manually sniping them.
Oh
You know what I
man,
mean?
that the archaic days.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, I did it too. I remember those days, man. I still have like an email of like literally 1,000 drop shippers that I sent to my email that I like sourced. And the funny thing is, I scanned them again, and then like literally like 80% of them or 99% of them have like dropped off the
Yeah,
face of the earth.
a lot of them drop off. A lot of the drop shippers drop off.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. Like because like people start, and I guess they don't have clarity. People don't have a blueprint. I think what we need to do is we probably need to make like a blueprint, like a video, like a PowerPoint or something, and just like give somebody a blueprint on how to go move forward with this.
I mean, dropship mastery gives a blueprint, right?
For
I
sure,
mean,
but
but
I
some
mean
people are
just for
just
the YouTube.
yeah, but some people are just we could do it on YouTube, but some people are just not cut
Mhm.
out for this.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Funny you say that. That was actually. I'm gonna add another third point. What I said. You need if you want to make any serious type of money with this business, you need to be cut off for it. And that cut off for it, what it directly means is you need leadership skills.
Right. You
There's
need to be a leader. You need to be able to take this and run with
right,
it.
right, exactly, exactly. And like how, like Mark, how did you scale your business? Like, what was the number one thing that helped you like scale it besides the software?
Um, just waking up I don't know. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, right? Like I've never I've had maybe one job in my life where I worked for someone else. So
But would you be able to manage those 20, 30 accounts by yourself?
no, no. So you have to build a team.
Exactly.
So you have to be
Exa-
able to lead that team into you have to be able to
exactly.
build a very strong team.
Exactly, exactly. And you know what? Like, if you don't have the leadership skills to manage a team, right? To hire employees, and just remember, guys, you're able to hire employees, right, for like $4, $5 an hour, right, and pay them whatever, like, and they'll be like very satisfied to work for you,
Yeah, but
right, to manage your store.
$4 or $5 an hour is pretty expensive though.
Right. That's how much I pay them because my guys are seasoned, but you guys can
Okay.
negotiate to whatever you want. Remember, you guys are
Because
like the entrepreneur.
if you're paying a salary of like let's say $500 a month, to for 40 by 460 hours a month, that's like $3 an hour. So yeah, four or
Yeah.
$5, I could see that. I could see that.
No, like okay, don't get me wrong. When I first started, I started at like $3 or something, right? And
Okay.
the reason I got up to five is because my guys are so well seasoned that they can do the work a new employee could do in like a quarter of the time.
Right,
So
exactly.
the amount of work they're doing is just a lot more. So they're very skilled.
Yeah, that's
You know,
understandable. That's
yeah.
understandable.
So that's why like every year we give them bonuses and salary increases and etc. Like hey, I bought them like a wedding gift.
Okay, okay, wow.
Yeah, so like we're really tight. They're like my family. Like we're
Yeah,
taking care of each other, right? So but in that sense, you're gonna need leadership skills, right? I told her that hey, you know what? The next thing that you're gonna need is if you want to make any serious type of money, right? You might be capped out of making one, $2,000, $3,000 on a by yourself, but you just created a job for yourself. If you really
right,
want to make a passive income, it's never going to be passive, right? But if you want to get close to that and you want to really make like a lot more money, like 10,000, 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month, etc., you need to be able to be a leader and run a team and
Right,
manage
right.
a team, hire a team. And you know what? Like if you guys need help with that, message us. I'll help you find somebody. We have like a whole big network. I think Mark, you have like tons of network as well. You could probably
Yeah,
go outside and
yeah.
find somebody. Like, is that true? Could you do that? Like, tell me that.
No.
You
What do you
couldn't. You
mean?
could. Like, because the thing is, a lot of some of the people who work for me, who they are. My
Who?
cousins back home.
Ah, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
No,
because
but
some of the things.
the salaries here in Trinidad are pretty high.
Okay, okay, fair enough,
It's
fair
not the
enough, fair enough,
same.
fair enough. Because I chose to hire some of my cousins because I remember at one point I was thinking that I needed some people who, like, I needed some people who I can trust,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then that are gonna care. And
Yeah,
I have,
yeah,
yeah, like you cannot scold them or anything like that. That's like kind of the one, like you cannot, like, I don't do that anyways, right? Like,
yeah,
but like you gotta be extra careful because now you have like you gotta, like, these people are your cousins. You can't be too,
yeah. It can be too harsh.
you can't be too harsh or anything like that. But I'm not like that either way with anybody because I treat all, everybody who works for me like as a part of my team as all like my brothers or sisters, yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that is the environment that you need. Because in the end of the day, we're running a company, right?
yeah,
And our job and our mission is to provide the correct products to as many users as possible and give them like, like I remember one time I watched a video by Jack Kim and he said that eBay dropshipping, like, you're not providing any value to the world, right?
mm-hmm.
I strongly disagree, especially with Ecom Sniper, right? Because what's happening is like our software is going ahead and it's like creating like the perfect titles, right? It's creating like these titles that are like bringing out the value from the items. I think we made a video about this in the beforehand, right? It brings out the value from the item. It goes ahead and creates a brand new description that really showcases like what the item is, right? What
Yeah,
in general, like I think drop shipping, what the value is that you're bringing the solution in front of people that need it. You know what I mean? Like let's say like let's say you needed your car broke down in the middle of the road, right? Like somebody is driving by and they say that, hey, I know a guy is gonna fix it. Are you gonna care about, like somebody that is charging you like $300, or are you just gonna be absolutely happy that somebody came and gave you the
yeah. You
gave you
add
the
some
solution?
value. I wouldn't say you add. We're not curing cancer here, but
No, no, of course
we
not. Yeah,
do, we do order add some
eBay
value
doesn't
where we
allow you to sell
present.
those products.
Right. We do add some value where we get the products in front. So yeah, but Sammy, before we go, let's go back to the bulk list and see how far it's
Yeah,
gotten. But let's close
yeah,
off first. So three of the things that you'll need to be successful at eBay dropshipping. One, understand that you will be suspended on both eBay and Amazon. Two, you're going to need accountability. If you can't create accountability in your own sphere of activity, we encourage you to join our Telegram group to help with accountability, and you definitely need leadership
right.
skills.
Absolutely, absolutely. So just the status, we already got 25 listings done, out of 1829, which is good. Let's go ahead and just take a quick look. I'm gonna, I guess, remove this after. Let's go ahead in our active listings, and then we can see how many items we have. Last time we had 65, and now it's saying 79. So yeah, that's cool. The reason it's not like an exact match is because all the items that are out of stock, or all the items that are um like they're not prime or whatever, or they're Vero and etc. What happens is they don't get listed, so they just get
Right.
skipped over. Yeah. So tomorrow, like I'll let this run, and then I guess tomorrow we'll just come back, and then we will just like see how many items got listed. But really, like in my opinion, I just want to make it very clear to not expect any results until 10,000. I know we saw results after 1,000,
Yeah.
right? But me as an entrepreneur, right, I understand, like, who has been doing this for a while, I know that if I like if I put 1,000 and I don't see the results, I'm gonna be my mentality is I'm gonna be like I'm gonna go back out and be like, yo, this doesn't work.
Right,
E-
right.
Even after I made it, I'm gonna say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I put my expectations low, then what's gonna happen is you're definitely, like you're gonna see results that are gonna make you happy.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So let us go into this
So
with
guys,
the with
set your expectations correctly. Understand
ex-
that there's work involved. Understand that you need to get to a couple thousand, a couple thousand listings. When you start making money at 500, 1,000 listings, be happy, but don't get complacent.
right, exactly. Like whatever you do, like if before you get to 10,000 listings, just know that whatever money you're making is a gift. Don't
Yeah.
even don't even look at it like, just think about it as like the whatever. Like we're like what I want to do is in this series, like we're not gonna be focused on the profits or anything like that. We're gonna be focused on the listings. And once we get to 10,000, then we can start like really talking about profits and how to optimize that and like pruning and etc. Like that is a whole new conversation that we're
Yeah.
waiting to go. But that'll take us a few days, maybe like or maybe like a month or so. But within that time, we will do what we can to make sure. Like the whole point of the first month is to stay alive. You know what
Yeah,
I
to
mean?
get
You're
past, to get the account seasoned.
exactly.
And just to make the first month is just to get the account seasoned, pretty much.
Exactly. So like and that's one other thing I mentioned to the lady. I asked her, I'm like, what are your expenses? If she told me she needed $5,000 by next month, I would probably tell her that this is probably
She needs
not
to
the
go,
right.
she needs to get a job.
Right. Or like, go to a bank, put a ski
Yeah.
mask on.
Oh, no.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, guys, this is just
Anyway,
I have some crude banter, so don't take things I take too seriously, right?
yeah, let's not go there.
Yeah,
But guys, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Um, we look forward to seeing you in a future video.
sounds like a plan. Yeah, take care.